I've been most depressed at some of the best times in my life. It's called major depressive disorder. It's like a wheel. It just has a flat spot on it.
Mm.
It just comes around every now and then. So if you're looking for suggestions, what worried me during the pandemic was this, and I wrote a whole keynote on it. It's called Social Distancing and Staying Sane. Don't worry so much about your mentally ill friends. Because I realized in March of 2020, when I was thinking about it, all my high functioning mentally ill friends are not going to have a problem with this because they all have self-care plans. The people that are going to have problems, I think, and some mentally ill people did have problems, but the vast majority of high functioning. So I'm worried about neurotypicals who are now what they call situationally depressed because of the pandemic. Now, if you've never been depressed and have no idea what it looks or feels like, you may wonder why you can't get out of bed in the morning.
Mm.
So here's for neurotypicals who may be having these symptoms, or they know somebody who does.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of things you can spot with depression.
Great.
They have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, but they rally in the afternoon. They let their personal hygiene go. They're usually really well put together, and hair's a little dirty, clothes aren't quite so clean. It may be because they're struggling to get out of bed in the morning, run a little wash and take a shower. Maybe they're eating too much or they can't eat. Maybe they're sleeping too much or they can't sleep. Those are some of the top 10 behaviors you can look for. See if somebody is has lived with depression.
Yeah.
But, and I have a self-care plan, and I actually did a number of podcasts and keynotes, and the heart of that keynote, besides the signs and symptoms, was you need to create a self-care plan. Essentially control things. The thread that runs through it is control things you can control. My self-care plan, diet, I'm on the keto diet. I do intermittent fasting. I eat one meal a day. Exercise 5 times a week. Good night's sleep, restorative. Meditation twice a day. It's a guided meditation for 29 minutes called the Cat Napper. And I did it right before we came on. And lastly, medication. And I'm not pushing pharmacology. Some people are foursquare against it, fine. But I've got a tip. If you're taking a medication, a psychotropic, and it's not working very well, remember this, the doctor generally only knows what the drug salesman told him. So you can get a DNA cheek swab test for psychotropics, and they will take your DNA and they will try to match it to the 1 or 2 antidepressants that they believe will work best with your metabolism. Also, I would have a physical. I met a woman this past week, years ago, when she had 3 little kids. She's now a grandmother, but she had 3 little kids. She went to her doctor, said, I'm depressed. I don't know why. He said, you have 3 little reasons to be depressed. What a great diagnosis. Her husband refused to accept that. He took her to a second doctor for a second opinion. Guess what? Her thyroid was not functioning near at all. And so when she went on thyroid medication, symptoms of depression. So I say get a physical to make sure, because sometimes physical ailments manifest as mental health symptoms. Get a mental health checkup, make sure you're on the right medication, and get a physical to make sure it's not something physical that's causing you these mental problems.